As Spider-Man once said, with great power comes great responsibility. You know, after last week's TGIM, by the way, TGIM, about the old Supercoman and Superca-Woman awards, a funny thought kept bouncing around in my head. As a kid, who didn't want to be Superman or Spider-Man or Wonder Woman or even Batman, right? He had the coolest car. But here's something I realized. None of these superheroes woke up every morning asking, how do I win an award today? They simply choose, to help, to serve, to protect, to do the right thing. One decision, one person, one act at a time. And eventually, people started calling them heroes, superheroes, in fact. I think life works a lot like that. Nobody becomes trustworthy overnight. Nobody accidentally develops integrity. Nobody wakes up one morning and says, well, I guess I'm a miracle maker now, right? It just happens. Kind of one conversation, one promise kept, one extra effort, one honest admission, one helping hand, even one encouraging word. Done over and over and over again. Then one day, people simply begin to trust you as that hero. Not because of your title or the logo on your shirt, not because of your talent, even, but because of your consistency. That's what character is. It's repeated choices. And I've been thinking maybe every one of us wears an invisible cape. Nobody else can see it, but they sure can feel it. Every time we choose patience instead of frustration, or integrity instead of shortcuts, or honesty over deception, encouragement instead of criticism, service instead of self, that cape gets a little stronger. There's a guy named Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, what you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say. Actions matter, right, Em? So, because our lives, by our actions of being and doing, are speaking every day, whether we realize it or not, it happens. And here's the question for this week, therefore. If someone followed you around today, not a clipboard, but just watching, would they want to wear the cape that you are wearing? Not because you're perfect, but because you're becoming. Because that's kind of what miracle makers do, right? They don't chase a recognition per se, they chase the becoming of the kind of person worthy of trust, of a cape. And the funny thing is, recognition usually catches up eventually anyway. What do you think? You think we can do that? I know there's a mouthful, something to think about. You might want to listen to it again. But remember, lead with love, because this can be who you are. Cheers and ciao.